Thing about hurricanes, you can pick the perfect spot, tie every knot just right, and still end up crossing your fingers. This time, it's less about finding the best place, more about choosing the least worst. So we weigh it all, comfort versus chaos, risk versus reward. And when the hemming and hawing is all done, we prep anyway. Boom lashed, jib down. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. Because in the end, it's all a bit of a crapshoot.
Getting the forward line, forward spring. We're off.
Everything looked right, so.
Yeah, everything's going well so far. We're on our way to Brunswick Landing Marina in Brunswick, Georgia. It is about 8 hours away, so after our recent 56-hour, 400 nautical mile trip, this is a nice day hop.
Much like the Exumas, it's important to time the currents here because the tides here are much bigger than the Exumas. There's like 8-9 foot tides here, so the currents can get pretty big. Right now we're only riding 1 knot of current out of here. There could be up to 4. Mind your tide tables.
It has been so long since we've seen pelicans because they're not really in the Bahamas. So it's kind of like, oh, pelicans. This is the basin where the Navy used to have their hurricane home. It's that good of a spot. Now, if we can manage to get into the slip without hitting the other boat next to us, I'll be thrilled. You gotta straighten her up, baby.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
All right, 4 or 5 feet away. All right, friends. We arrived to Brunswick Landing Marina today, and they put us on what is known as the transient dock. So it's a dock that, you know, where people are only staying for a few days. We're supposed to be here for 6 months. The problem is that, let me just show you. Yeah, it's this. So basically, there's nothing between us, our boat, and everything out there, kind of on the breakwater. So we're just not comfortable staying here for the hurricane season. This is supposed to be a great hurricane hole, and it really is if your boat is in a protected dock. We don't want to be on this dock. And they told us that they can move us to a bigger dock, but it would cost an extra $800 a month. And yeah, that's a little steep. So yeah, we're planning on leaving out tomorrow and back to familiar stopping grounds, safe place that we know we can rely on. One of the joys of owning a boat is that you are the, what they call, master of the vessel. You have to make the determination what is safest for your boat and you. And a year ago, or when we first moved on to this boat, we would have totally been fine with this, because why would anybody put a boat somewhere that's not safe? But we, now with our experience, we look at that and we're like, oh no, that is not safe.
And the reason that we know it's not safe is because this dock that we're on was destroyed our first summer here in Brunswick. Hurricane Idalia came up. It came up as a Category 1 and just completely totaled this dock. Now, they have done repairs and maintenance, but if that was a small hurricane, large tropical storm, and it did that, no.
The thing is that this is one of the most highly sought after marinas on the East Coast. It's great protection if you're far enough into the marina, and they have all kinds of events. They have new facilities. The owner is very active and keeps, you know, things alive and going, and has a really good standard. But we cannot tie our boat up to breakwater for hurricane season. Like, we really don't want to go. Like, this has been an amazing place to hunker down for the season. But where they put us, we're not going to be hunkering. This is not a nice place to be. They even have secured docks, so you have to have a key fob to get to the boats.
Not to mention, free laundry is just on the other side of that gate. So, and then plus all the other amenities. I mean, this is a wonderful place to be for time. That is not a good place to be for time.
And they have happy hour 3 times a week, where they supply the beer and the wine. And then they also have the they have yoga and workouts scheduled with the community 6 days a week. It is a vibrant, exciting place to be.
Yeah, and you know, they have monthly events, and it's a really good community here. But priority number 1 is the safety of us and the plot twist. So all that's moot.
Unfortunately, yeah. The way they do dock assignments are like, it's a first come, first served. So you make a reservation a year in advance, and you sign this contract that you're going to be here for several months, and they're not going to tell you where you're going to be until you pull up. Like, if we'd known that this was going to be our front yard, I mean, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, guys, but this is not a hurricane safe spot. Or are we overreacting?
And we did talk to our friends who are here in this marina, and we told them where we were, and they're like, oh yeah, I wouldn't have stayed in any slip, you know, less than, you know, dock number 4, you know. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of our feeling too.
We're kind of the last puppies to the bowl. So we just get what we get. So guys, let us know if we're making the right decision. If you have an opinion about what we should do, because we're kind of at a loss. We're still ho-humming about whether we should stay here or leave for the hurricane season. So now we have some 30-knot winds blowing through. Should kick up the waves pretty well, but it's coming from our beam instead of our forward. And we're more concerned about our forward. So we'll just, I don't know, take a look. So we are more concerned about the wind coming from our forward rather than on our beam. During a hurricane, you're gonna get wind going all different directions. So there's really, yeah, this isn't a very good indicator, but it does give us an idea. I'm drenched so fast.
Yeah.
That was silly. So the people in the office, Dan specifically, is one of the nicest people that I think we've ever met.
We love Dan.
We do. He had a conversation with Daniel today when Daniel went to pick up some packages.
And weather's just different up here. But you got to make the decision that you have to make that's best for you and your family. So I don't envy you that choice. But just saying, it's different up here. All that being said, I don't know what to do. Paige and I are basically running the numbers on staying here versus not.
We really want to stay here. That's the thing. But we feel like where we put our boat for hurricane season supersedes what we, all our other factors of us enjoying being here.
And the thing is, if we were 2 more docks to the north, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Looks like we're going to be here for the summer.
Okay. All right, so now that we know we're going to stay here, now we got to do some hurricane prep. So let's do this.
Yeah, the whole point of being here is to be in a good hurricane hole. I'll have all your stuff out in the hurricane. One pops up.
All right, let's get to work. Some of you guys might be wondering why we're staying in a place that we feel might not be the best place. Well, it's late in hurricane season, so most people are where they want to be for the season. So it's a little late to change the game plan and have a solid place to stay.
So while Fernandina is a wonderful place to visit, it's not a great place to stay for hurricane season. It just has such a exposed western edge. Even storms there that kick up 40 knots would really make it very difficult. Whereas here we have a very narrow southerly slot that's exposed, but it's a pretty narrow slot.
Of course, there are all the other amenities that we talked about earlier. Like, there's no parking in Fernandina. We have parking here in Brunswick. There's security here, dock security. There are dock walkers like crazy in Fernandina. There's free laundry here. Laundry is like $6 a load now. So it's, we gotta weigh that out. And while those little things are minor when we're considering hurricane season, these are still weighing factors in our whole decision.
All right, ready when you are. All right, I got it.
Okay. Next up is to take our jack lines off. But during hurricane season, we take them off and use them to lash up our mainsail.
Okay. So this is the bow one. We still have our midship connected, and so that's the next thing we'll take off to lash down the boom. They say, if you don't know a knot, tie a lot.
So that's the struggle of doing a YouTube channel, guys, is all of our mistakes or flaws or
learning experiences.
Learning experiences are on display for everybody. So there we go. It stayed, and that's all that counts.
So yeah, we're gonna cleat it there and then wrap the boom accordingly.
I guess we could take off the mainsail, and that might be the better option. But wrapping it to secure it is second best. Besides, there's really no good place for us to store our mainsail inside. Best place to store it is on the boom. Really, this is all about rolling the dice during hurricane season.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot. If a hurricane comes and it comes 50 miles to the south or 50 miles to the north, the results are going to be entirely different. And if one hits us straight on, yeah. I mean, really, we'll stay with the boat probably up until like a category 2.
We'll discuss that later.
Yeah. But I mean, category 5, all bets are off. Get the F out. Right. And, it's not worth your life. Just get out. Same thing with category 4.
So up into a category 4, like we would leave
once it hits category 4?
It's a category 4.
Yeah, category 4 and above. So
yes.
a strong 3 we would probably.
But you would leave out at 2?
Well, I mean, after a 2, I was thinking 3, okay. A 3.
Yeah, 3 is.
If we're gonna take a direct hit from a 3, yeah. If we're gonna take a glancing blow from a 3, again, it's a crapshoot.
It really is.
And you know what? If it happens, we'll let you know.
So the other day when we started doing our hurricane prep, it was just a bit too windy for us to really start doing the head sail. We have to unfurl it and then pull it down and fold it. So if it's windy, then it's really not easy. And now I woke up this morning and it is super still. So I think I'm gonna unfurl it, and we got rain last night, so it's a little wet. So I'll unfurl it, let it dry, and then we'll take it down a little later this morning. So she's quite a bit wet from last night's storm. So this is just a way to, since there's no wind, we can let her hang out and dry with the morning sun. Then we'll take her down. Easy as that. All right. So a lot of people wait right until a hurricane. If they're out sailing and stuff, they'll wait right before a storm before taking all this down and to get hurricane prepped. But since we're planning on being in one spot this year, this is the best thing for us to do. Just take care of it all at once before we do off-boat adventures or other projects.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, opening the clutch. All right, it's open and it's, yeah.
Woo! We're not going to unfold it, are we?
No. Something like that.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Done and done.
So now we are on our way to the community hurricane prep meeting.
Yes, I believe they'll be serving hurricanes.
The good kind, not the bad kind.
Yeah, exactly.
So while we do try to monitor the Atlantic as much as possible with several apps, what do we use?
Predict wind, windy,
My radar.
My radar. Yeah, anything that has anything to do with hurricanes, we're going to try and use it.
Yes. So we keep a close eye on what's going on in the Atlantic. The first hurricane we went through was actually 5 days after we purchased the boat.
Yeah.
So it can really pop up within the week, and we want to make sure that our boat is ready and we have everything, our ducks in a row, right?
Yeah, we're doing as much as we can, but sometimes it's just up to Mother Nature, and you just do your best.
Yeah, that's all we can do.